Egypt!
People of Thebes, any man caught hiding Pharaoh the tomb robber will be punished by slow death. Pharaoh is an enemy of the state and an enemy of Serpent, Pharaoh of all Egypt.
In the year 1600 BC. The land of the Pharaohs is under the domination of the Hyksos. Amos and Kem have travelled from their village to the city of Thebes, but now they are the prisoners of the much-hated Hyksos prince, the heir to the Egyptian throne, the tyrannical Peten-Ra. We present Shadow of the Pharaoh, Part 2, Beware the Serpent.
These are the vulture's sacred neckbit, the vulture goddess.
How their talons shine!
They are not as well fed as they should be. They eat only human flesh. And that cage frustrates them. It must be obvious to both of you boys that no one who enters that cage ever comes out of it alive. But perhaps now you will tell me the truth.
But we have told you the truth. We've never seen the Lady Nefertari before. We're just poor village folk. This is the first time we've ever been to Thebes.
Lions. Very well. You have made your choice. Come, Hamavari, we shall sit over here and observe the game in comfort.
Amos, what are we going to do? They'll kill us.
Open the cage.
We must fight them.
How? With what?
Our belts. Use our belts.
Into the cage with them!
Whatever you do, protect your eyes.
Close the cage! Yeah.
Keep back, Tim. Keep back.
My shoulder!
Tim!
Neckbed, goddess of the sacred vulture. Neckbed.
What is it? Why are the birds not attacking?
They have heard the voice of the great goddess, Neckbed. She is here.
I am the god Seth. Neckbet obeys me. Go on, you brutes! Attack!
Neckbet has spoken. It is her will.
And it is my will that they attack.
The goddess of the sacred vulture says, put these insects to work on the Pharaoh's tomb. The slaves who work there are never seen again. They rot. They die.
In here. You both look in a bad way. No need to ask where you've been. I can guess.
Come on, Ken. A few more steps. That's it.
Can't think how you're still alive. There's a bit of food here, some water. Take an old man's advice. Eat and drink what you can while you can. You won't get much over there.
Over there?
And where you're going, across the Nile, the far bank, the Valley of the Kings, where the dead pharaohs sleep. And I warn you, it'll be tough. Out in that sun, pulling those huge stones, tunneling down in the earth in that hot darkness. Your friend's in a bad way.
Yes.
Better do something for him. Only the strong survive over there, if any survive at all. I'll see if I've got some herb leaves to put over those cuts.
Kim. Those vulture claws went deep.
Yes, that old witch. She was one of Peten-Ra's spies all the time.
She warned us to keep away from Thebes. And then...
Yes,
I think he's coming back.
Yes.
Here, these herb leaves will help. Hold them over the wounds. My wife knows about these things.
Jailer, can you tell me... There were some men from the village of Tarmet. Are they over there in the valley?
Are you from Tarmet?
Yes.
Oh, then you're luckier than they are. Friends, were they?
Oh, yes, of course.
We were sent south to the granite quarries. Work's harder down there. Conditions even worse. I'm sorry. Punishments for helping Karu the robber are severe.
Karu has a lot to answer for.
They should be well on their way by now. Their boat left soon after sunset, and the moon rose some time ago.
The river's flowing strongly tonight. Slows us down.
Can't they row any faster?
Come on there! Faster, can't you? Faster!
See anything?
Not a thing, Captain. The moon's bright and the bank's clear. We'd see a crocodile move in this light.
And the prisoners?
Huddle like frightened goats. They have heavy stones tied to their feet. They can't move.
I'll be glad to deliver this cargo and return to Thebes. What's that music?
It's coming from a group of small reed boats spread across the river ahead of us.
Give them a warning.
Idiots. Can't they see we're flying the flag of Peten Ra? We'll have to sail right through them. We're on royal business.
Warn them again.
If they won't listen, there's nothing we can do. Why don't they move away?
It's a village ceremony, Captain.
No, I don't like this.
Slow!
How long do these things last?
You can never tell with the Egyptians. They enjoy their ceremonies.
I don't like stopping with those slaves on board.
They're quiet enough.
What are all those little lights?
They fill large lotus leaves with oil, set fire to them, then let them float on the water, and the Nile carries them downstream.
Quite a sight.
There must be hundreds of them.
Yes. Hundreds.
What the...
It's a trap!
Karu! Am I continually to be plagued by this man?
They came swarming over the sides, oh mighty Peten Ra. Knives between their teeth. We had no warning.
While you stopped and watched pretty burning lights. And Karu's men tied you up and laid you all out on the banks like mummified corpses, released all my prisoners, all the men we captured from Tarbet, and set fire to the boat, my boat, flying my flag. Is he a magician, Hanabari, that he can outwit me at every turn?
Your time will come, great lord.
Offered a large enough reward. Does anyone claim it? Well, am I to be fooled by a common thief, tomb robber? Now look at this rat here, shaking with fright.
Oh, my lord. I kiss the dust at your feet.
Will that bring back the men from Tarbet, Captain? Will that wipe out this insulting message? In honor of Queen Sepphora's son, the future Pharaoh.
The chosen one.
I know the rhyme, thank you, Hammerbari, only too well. Well, Captain, I must not show ingratitude to the gods for returning you to me, but in my service there is no room for the incompetent, the weak. What? Take him away.
No, great lord.
Your powers seem to be weakening, Hammerbari. They have not caught Karu. They have not stopped these rumors of Queen Sepphora's son.
They will work in their own time.
Karu is now my greatest threat. Every Egyptian, for the sake of Egypt, hides him. Karu must be killed.
He will be, but he is not your greatest threat.
Queen Sepphora never had a child.
The Egyptians do not believe that.
They will, when I bring them to their knees.
Come on, you insects! Death won't wait for you!
I don't think I can go on.
You ask him. You know what they do to those who get too weak to work? Throw them in the pit, alive, to rot in the sun. Keep working, Ken. We don't want to be noticed. You're from the village of Torment, aren't you? Yes. Have some news. Keep working. What is it? The men taken from your village were rescued last night by Pharaoh and his men. It's not possible. Every single one of them.
No talking there. Get this stone into position. You'll get no food or rest until you earn it. That one's finished. Throw him into the pit.
That's the third since we've been here. I never knew the Pharaoh could be so cruel. Life's worth nothing here. Oh, it's not the old Pharaoh's fault. This is Petten Ra's doing. May he be pursued through eternity by the 100-footed serpent.
Snakes are fascinating creatures.
I'm afraid I'm unable to share your enthusiasm.
You're looking exceptionally beautiful tonight, Nefertari.
You sent for me, my lord Petten Ra?
It was wrong of you to run away. Your father ran away. Didn't he, Nefertari? We all know your father was a traitor.
My father was not a traitor.
Well, of course he was. The great Lord Tahotep, the Pharaoh's friend. Poisoned Queen Sephora and fled the country in fear.
How dare you?
Where is your father?
I don't know.
At the Syrian court, no doubt. Dreaming of the Egyptian throne he lost through his cowardice.
I will not stay to hear my father insulted.
You will stay until I give you permission to leave.
One day, my father will return.
Never. And you'll know it. Were you hoping to meet a tomb robber when you ran away?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about Karu, Egypt's enemy.
Oh, he is not Egypt's enemy. He is your enemy.
Yes, I know that you two dream of an Egypt free of the Hyksos yoke. I can hardly blame you for that. You're Egyptian. But how can you hope to fight the inevitable? I only have to snap my fingers. And my brothers in the north of Egypt will march down here in all their strength. Why not be sensible? Karu is no ordinary thief. He's a political rebel and feeds the dreams of the young. These young men you met were sent by him, weren't they?
I'd never seen them before.
They confessed it. Do you not wish to know what happened to them?
They're of no interest to me.
They're at work on our noble Pharaoh's tomb. Yes, Nefertari, my time is nearer than you think. Tonight, I shall have them brought to me. They will tell me all that you are trying to conceal.
Kem. Are you asleep?
How could anyone sleep in this place?
Shh. Don't wake the others. Moon's full tonight.
Rose, we've got to escape from this place.
I've been trying to think of a way. It's difficult.
Oh, those jackals send shivers down my spine.
I can see it too. Well, 3 of them. In the shadows there. Near the date palm. Just waiting for one of us to move outside the hut.
A single jackal we could find. They always hunt in packs.
It's a clever way of keeping us here. They're trained to attack anything that moves. They tear a man to pieces in a matter of seconds. Cam, I wish I could understand.
What?
Everything. Everything that's happened to us. Look, this amulet. The eye of the sky god. It sees everything. Guides. Protects. My father gave it to me.
How did El Batu come by it?
Batu was not my father.
Not your... Well, who was?
That's something I must find out. Shh. What?
I thought I heard something move on the other side of the wall.
I don't hear it.
It's the guard. He's been killed.
Clem! It sounds like that priestess.
There's very little time. Do exactly as I say.
What do you want with us?
When I've released these stones from your ankles, get up and follow me. But don't argue. Sit. Now, quickly, follow me. Follow.
You killed the guard.
That only looks like death. A few drops of my own special fire water.
Oh.
Now, hurry, hurry. Keep in the shadows.
The jackals. Look.
Anubis, Anubis. This way, hurry, into the reeds. Quietly now. If we startle the waterfowl, they'll know we're here.
You're taking us into a swamp.
There's a small boat hidden in the rushes.
What's that?
Quiet.
A large boat lit with torches.
It's Peten Ra. He's coming here to see you.
Us? Again?
Keep your heads down. They'll see us in the torchlight.
Why are you doing this?
The boat's passing close to us.
What's that strange animal?
It's Peten Ra. He's wearing the golden mask of the god Seth. See the forked tail, the long muzzle, the pointed ears? He's the god of the Hyksos, the god of evil.
What's that wound round his arm?
One of his pet snakes. That shows he's angry. They've gone. Quick, into the boat.
Why should we trust you?
You tried to have us killed by vultures?
Did I not know the sacred word to quieten the jackal? Did you really believe that it was a goddess who calmed the vultures?
You have the power to...
Oh, we're wasting time. We must reach the further bank of the Nile before your absence is discovered.
How did my prisoners manage to escape? Are you dumb? Does the great mask of the god Seth frighten you?
My lord,
Well?
It was the spirit of a dead woman. I swear it, O great lord. Wrapped in white mummy cloth.
So Pharaoh has women working for him, has he? And, what were you doing while this woman walked out with my prisoners?
I saw her eyes, great lord. They looked straight through me. Cold, burning. I don't know, my blood turned to sand. It was as if a dagger had entered my flesh. I fell to the floor.
And the cup found on the floor beside you.
Cup? What cup? Oh, no.
You were drunk. Drunk on duty. That is a serious offense. What would you suggest as a punishment?
My lord, the two who escaped, I can tell you something. Information.
Are you attempting to bargain with me?
I've always been loyal to you, O great Peten Ra. I'm a servant of the Hyksos. For years I've served.
Well?
Spare me, O great Lord Seth.
Your information.
Mercy?
No, it's worthwhile. We shall see.
They were thieves, O Master of the Universe.
Of course they were thieves. That's hardly worth my mercy, is it?
Earlier, before the dead woman appeared, I looked into the hut. They didn't see me. One of them was showing the other something he'd stolen. An amulet, O great lord.
An amulet? What kind of amulet?
I could only see that it was valuable. I saw it shining in the moonlight. It was gold.
Gold?
Only gold could shine like that. And it had precious stones. Many precious stones.
Now, what would a poor village boy be doing with a golden amulet? Stolen? Possibly. But why keep it? Why keep it? They must be found.
Have I served you well?
Oh, yes. Very well.
Mercy?
More than that. The reward. Come here.
Yes, my lord.
Nearer. Come nearer. That's it. Do you see this bracelet I wear on my arm? Beautiful, isn't it? The best craftsman in Egypt could never match such beauty. Take it. It's yours. Why do you hesitate? I said, take it.
It's a snake, my lord. It's real.
Take it.
You promised me mercy.
I have kept my promise. The venom is powerful. Your death will be quick. That is merciful.
This is the lotus pool sacred to Hathor. You are safe here.
The scent.
The flowers of Hathor. The white moon flowers that only open in moonlight. That way, through the archway, there's the temple of Hathor. I must leave you. Go inside. Hurry. I must return to the palace before my absence is noticed.
Shall we go in?
Suppose it's a trap.
Look, the temple's not made of white stone. It's covered in white flowers. And the door is open. This place is as if I recognize it.
I don't like it.
Empty.
Let's get away while we can. What's that? What? Coming out of the shadow there, a white figure.
It's the Lady Nefertari.
So you recognize me?
Yes. Did you send Hamabari?
Well, of course. Now listen, we haven't much time. When Peten Ra discovers you have gone, he'll search Thebes for you.
First, my lady, I ask you to forgive my stupidity. Because of my foolishness, you were caught again.
I know now why you leapt onto my chariot. You were sent by Karu.
Oh, no, my lady.
Well, there's no need for secrecy. Peten Ra told me himself you had confessed. Well, that is why I sent for you. I must meet your leader.
My lady, there's some mistake. If Peten Ra told you that we confessed anything, it was to trick you. And if he told you that we were Karu's men, he lied.
You are not Karu's men?
No, but there's no man I'd rather follow.
Then you did leap onto my chariot out of foolishness, not because you were sent by Karu.
I tried to explain. I thought the horses had bolted and...
I have risked danger, arranged a difficult escape, just for the privilege of talking with two village idiots.
I'm sorry.
But thank you for rescuing us.
What is your name?
Kem.
And yours?
Amos.
You're still in danger.
We'd better go.
Wait. Forgive my rudeness. To have saved 2 lives is better than nothing. And maybe you can help.
Anything, my lady.
Try to find Karu. Tell him that when Pharaoh's tomb is complete, Senmut the Pharaoh will die. How or when he will die, I do not know. Do you think you can do that?
Yes.
We'll try.
From the back of the temple, a small pathway leads directly onto the harbor quay. Amos, Kem, we must save the Pharaoh.
How do we find Karu? We'll try the taverns on the quayside. But first I must see Antef, the physician. I must, Kem. It's the reason I came to Thebes. I promised Batu. I'll join you on the quayside.
Good. Be careful, Amos. We don't want to be caught again.
You say Batu gave you this amulet?
Yes, Antef.
It's the eye of the sky god.
Yes, but what am I supposed to make of it?
I don't know.
You don't know? I'm not any old village doctor, you know. I'm chief physician to the court. What do you mean by coming hammering at my door in the middle of the night, giving me a piece of jewelry and asking me to play a game of riddles with it? I'm not a jeweler.
I only did what Batu asked me to do when he was dying.
So, Batu is dead?
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that. He was a good man. How do I know you are who you say you are? For all I know, you might be one of Peten Ra's spies.
What? Your only concern is to protect your own skin. I thought a friend of Batu's would have more courage, more wisdom. And if it comes to that, how do I know that you are who you say you are? I'm sorry to have wasted your time. Good night.
Amos!
Yes?
These are dangerous times. One has to make quite certain about people. You understand that? Good. So you won't mind if I put you to a little test?
Test?
Are you willing?
Yes.
Good. Then follow me.
What is this place? Why is it so dark? Antef? Antef, where are you? Antef?
Amos, you must stand trial.
Stand trial?
You will be judged by the gods of the underworld. You must know the reality of death.
A trap. It's a trap.
This is the black tomb of Osiris, the king of the dead.
Antef, please.
Let the gates be closed.
Antef, don't leave me. Please don't leave me.
That was the second part of Shadow of the Pharaoh by Victor Pemberton and David Spenser. Production was by Graham Gould. In 600 BC. After their escape from the Valley of the Dead, Amos and Kem have been warned by the Lady Nefertari that Peten Ra may try to kill the old pharaoh Senmut. Amos has gone to see Antef, the royal physician, hoping to learn the secret of the golden amulet old Batu had given him. But Antef requires Amos to prove his identity and has locked him alone inside the black tomb of Osiris. We present Shadow of the Pharaoh, Episode 3, The Black Tomb of Osiris.
Antef, please don't leave me. Where are you? Antef? What's that? Who's there? Antef, is that you? Music. And a sweet smell. Incense. Hardly breathe. Dizzy. What's happening? The air's cold. Like death. It's getting lighter. I can see. Marble floors. Stone pillars. There's something. Someone. Horrible. A man's body with the head of a black jackal.
I am Anubis, the jackal god, the embalmer who wraps the dead in special cloth. I am lord of the closed tomb. You are standing on the threshold of the underworld. It is from here that the sunboat of Ra sails into the darkness. Look, Amos. The gods are approaching.
I am Thoth, the green-headed Irish bird. With my pen and palette I record only facts. Facts are merciless.
I am the God Devourer. The guilty dead are my food.
I am the hawk, Horus. I soar through the dark mornings and the bright nights.
I am Sekhmet, the lion goddess. I teach men to hate, and I teach men to love.
I am the snake of Opis with 100 legs. I attack the men.
Here is a pair of scales. In one, the feather of truth rests lightly. In the other, we weigh your heart. If the scales shift, you will be torn to pieces by the dark devourer, and the 100-footed serpent will drink your blood. Argos, you are now in the land of the dead. Let the trial begin.
I can't breathe. Can't move. I'm dying. Ken!
No more wine.
Oh, but you must. And what's a young man like you doing in a place like this?
I am looking for someone.
First visit to Thebes?
Yes.
You expect to find whoever you're looking for here, do you?
Well, I hope so.
The harbour of Thebes is a rough place to be friendless in. This tavern's known to be the haunt of robbers, outlaws, criminals of every kind. One has to be careful. On a hot night like this, a man needs to drink. You know, there's one kind of person the people of this tavern cannot tolerate, and that's a spy.
Are you threatening?
But sit where you are. The wine was even stronger than you thought.
I have to...
Who are you looking for? Who?
Karu.
You're after the large fish, then.
I'm not a spy. I only want to...
He's finished. Get him out of here before any guards come snooping around. You know what to do with him.
O Seth, God of evil.
God of evil.
You who are born again as Peten Ra.
As Peten Ra.
Enough! Are you trying to deafen me with that gong, Hammerbody?
We were praying for you, O mighty Peten Ra.
I heard, thank you. Dismiss the priests until the next time they pray for me to try and sound a little more enthusiastic, or I'll make them pray on hot stones. Go, and throw that wretched gong into the Nile.
Yes, great Lord. Mighty Prince, yes, my great Prince.
Hammerbody, you always raise your voice loudly to the gods on my behalf.
Of course, great Lord.
But your heart, your mind. I wonder, Hammerbody, how much I can really trust you.
I have seen what happens to the people close to you, Peten Ra. Trust has no meaning for people like you. Need is the word, Peten Ra.
Why should you think I need you?
I see that you are not as safe as you think you are.
Well, because of these letters from the Lady Nefertari to Karu the tomb robber. Come, sit down and advise me.
About what?
Nefertari's games no longer amuse me, Hammerbody. She's like a desert thorn pricking into my skin. I may have to remove her.
Do you think you can hold the Egyptian throne without her?
Why not?
You're the heir, as we both know. Senmut, however, unwillingly did marry your mother. You are his stepson. but the Egyptians will not easily accept a Hyksos as their pharaoh. However, if you were married to Nefertari, the daughter of Tahotep, a descendant of King Scorpions, that might make a difference.
Yes, I have thought about that often. Egypt would have to accept me if the Popey, the Hyksos king in the north, sends his armies.
Oh, yes, he'll send his armies.
Well,
then, he would control the whole of Egypt, north and south.
And me.
And you.
Popey is sending an envoy. He's on his way to Thebes.
That is why.
I have underestimated you, Hammerbari.
Yes, Paten Ra, I think perhaps you have.
My lord, Paten Ra, the Pharaoh, my lord. The Pharaoh has disappeared.
Disappeared? What do you mean?
Nowhere to be found, my lord. We've searched the royal rooms, not a sign.
Those idiots, do you mean he's escaped?
Yes,
With
my
my
lord.
guards at every door and window patrolling the terraces? Impossible.
But
impossible, I say. Must be hiding somewhere in the palace. Find him.
Yes, great lord, yes.
This is Nefertari's doing. She's interfered with my plans once too often. Guard!
My lord.
Arrest the lady Nefertari and have her brought here to me.
At once, my lord.
But Paten Ra, think of the consequences.
She is a traitor. She must be treated like a traitor.
Your name is Amos.
Yes,
Where are you now, Amos?
in the land of the dead,
Why did you come to Thebes?
to find the physician Antef.
What did you want with the physician?
I was told he would lead me to my father.
Who told you?
Batu, the scribe of our village. I believed that Batu was my father.
And your mother?
I have no mother.
No mother.
She died when I was born.
Who told you?
Batu.
Batu told you to come to Thebes and to seek out the physician, Antef?
Yes, he gave me an amulet.
What sort of amulet?
The eye of the sky god.
Where is this amulet?
I gave it to Antef.
He has no amulet.
I did have an amulet. I gave it to the physician. He kept it. He said I had to prove my identity by this test. Ask him. Ask Antef.
Has the feather of truth moved?
Not yet.
Amos, are you still in the land of the dead?
Yes.
Sleeping,
Yes.
dreaming,
Yes.
and you are young, Amos, a little child. Describe what you see in the darkness before you.
A garden. White flowers. All white. A square pool. In the pool, a crouching statue pouring water. In the water, there are golden fish. I am very young. Someone is holding me. I think it's my father. I'm frightened, but my father tells me not to be afraid. I can hear him, but I cannot see him. Then, whispers, fear. A boat in the darkness, mustn't cry, mustn't make a sound. My father's gone. My father's gone. Gone.
Has the feather moved?
No.
Osiris, the god of the dead. Osiris, 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 Osiris.
Amos, Amos, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I hear you.
Wake up! Wake up!
I'm awake.
Do you know who I am?
You are Osiris. the god of the dead.
No, Amos. I am Serpent, Pharaoh of all Egypt.
The Lady Nefertari, my lord.
Good, you may leave us.
Very good, my lord.
Well, milady?
Am I to be given some explanation? Why have I been brought here like a common prisoner?
Nefertari, you're a traitor.
To what? To whom?
Me.
I have never pretended loyalty to you, so I cannot betray it.
You recognize these letters?
Perfectly.
These scented bits of papyrus are addressed to Pharaoh, a tomb robber, a revolutionary, and my bitterest enemy. Oh, I've known for some time you were attempting to betray me, but I allowed you to continue because I hoped you were good bait to catch the shark. And all you caught were two little minnows. With this evidence, I could have you punished for treachery to the state. You can imagine, no doubt, the kinds of punishment I could demand.
You are threatening me.
I am warning you. Look at this floor, Nefertari, to see what my faithful painters have painted here.
A map of Egypt.
Egypt, yes, and the surrounding countries. There, under my foot, is Thebes. But if I move along the Nile to my right, in a few steps I can stamp out Nubia and walk into dark countries never seen before. Moving left, I can reach the Nile Delta and the sea. I can wipe my foot on Avaris, and from Avaris I can stride across other countries and yoke them like oxen to Egypt's yoke. You and I could rule an empire, Nefertari, larger than Egypt ever ruled, the north and the south, bound together once again under a single pharaoh.
Not a Hyksos pharaoh.
If I do not become ruler of Egypt, the Pope will march south with his armies, and Egypt will have no pharaoh. It will be ruled totally by a Hyksos king. I want Egypt for myself, not just the south obeying a Pope's least whim, for myself, the whole of it. Only a strong man can unite Egypt under one crown. I am that man.
Oh, a man.
Power is the only thing worth anything to a man. Power over life. Power over death.
No one lives forever, Amos. Not in the sense of ordinary daily living. Not even a pharaoh. My life has been in danger for a long time.
But, great Pharaoh, Peten-Ra means to kill you.
You have been through the ceremony of death, Amos. You have faced the gods of the underworld. Are you afraid to die?
I was.
Now?
No. Not afraid anymore. But I want to live.
It is right that you should.
These gods. Did I dream them? Am I dreaming now? I thought I was dead.
Those gods were acted by the priests of Osiris. The ritual is very ancient. A man has to be recognized by the gods. You smelt incense.
Yes.
That subdues the slyest part of a man's brain, and the truer self, unknown to the man, rises up and remembers things that the man himself cannot. Do you remember telling us about a garden and being held by your father?
No. I must have been lying.
That was the truth, Amos. You have proved your identity. Come here, into the light, so that I may look at you. Yes. I see now some part of your father, and a great deal of your mother. But yes, Amos, I know your father. But it is not safe for you to know him. Not yet. When the time is right, Antef, my own physician, will take you to meet him. But I shall say no more. Come with me, Amos. I want to show you this tomb. It is a secret. The corridor leads directly to my room in the palace. Only the most trusted priests know of its existence. It is my tomb.
But I thought...
The tomb Peten-Ra has so thoughtfully prepared for me will no doubt be useful for someone else. Do you see these frescoes?
Who is this beautiful lady, great Pharaoh?
That, Ahmose, is my beloved Sathora, my wife, my queen. This tomb is connected to her tomb by a small stone passage. I often come down here to visit her. That's why I look forward to my death, because only then will I join her again. She will be standing in the death boat of Ra, her arms outstretched, laughing, just as she used to when I returned from hunting. Ahmose, Peten Ra must never become Pharaoh. You, Ahmose, must help to stop him.
Me? Great Pharaoh? But how?
You have made your journey, Ahmose, through the land of the dead. And like the great sun itself, you have risen to see a new day. Your father would be proud of you. Go to Antef, my boy. He will tell you what you must do.
Well. You slept too long.
My head. I drank too much wine.
A few poppy seeds. It's an old trick. I told you what happened to spies.
But I'm not a spy. I've got a message for Karu.
What is your message?
You heard what I said.
Enough. I recognize him.
Karu.
You had a lucky escape. You were intercepted by one of my own men. Who is your message from?
The Lady Nefertari.
The lady. The message?
Peten Ra intends to kill the Pharaoh.
When?
I have no more information.
Can Nefertari be trusted?
Do you doubt
Her
it?
father is a known traitor.
If the Lord Tahotep is a traitor, and not everyone believes he is, Nefertari isn't like him.
Where's your friend?
Ahmose. I must go and find him.
One moment.
But he may be in danger. We were to meet on the harbour quayside after he talked with Antef.
The physician?
Yes.
Then your friend is in danger. Antef's house is being watched by Peten Ra's soldiers. If Ahmose returns there, he'll be walking straight into a trap.
The people of Thebes are very sullen today.
The Hyksos envoy is hardly a popular visitor.
I do not mind Honeyman being greeted with surly silence, but I intend him to see that I am popular. Have you arranged for people to cheer me?
It has been arranged.
Good. No word of the Pharaoh's whereabouts, Hamabaria?
Not yet.
They must not know of his escape.
No, Peten Ra.
Remember, he is indisposed.
Of course, O mighty Peten Ra.
And, Nefertari, you hold your tongue.
Yes.
Do not forget, I could have had you punished.
We all know how powerful you are, Peten Ra.
But you are my hostage, Nefertari, my prize. I have reason to believe that your father is actually here in Thebes.
I don't believe you.
Does that surprise you? I have also reason to believe that a revolution may be planned. But I have my plans, too. You are part of those plans. But do not treat your death too lightly, Nefertari. It could so easily become a reality.
My father?
His Excellency Honeyman, Envoy Extraordinary of King Apopi, salutes Peten Ra.
Prince Peten Ra welcomes King Apopi's envoy to Thebes.
My dear Honeyman, welcome to Thebes.
Greetings, Prince Peten Ra. My lady Nefertari.
Welcome to Thebes, my lord Honeyman.
And where is the Pharaoh?
In disposition of a fever. His physician advised... you know what physicians are.
Nothing serious, I hope.
Make way for Senmut, the most mighty Pharaoh of all Egypt.
It's Senmut.
Suddenly recovered, it seems. How it must please you, Peten Ra, to hear the crowd's enthusiasm.
He's wearing the royal robes of Char, the creator. How magnificent he looks.
And all this splendor for a mere envoy. I am extremely flattered. His presence seems to disturb you, my dear prince. One cannot fail to be impressed at how healthy the Pharaoh is looking.
Why was I not informed of the arrival of Lord Honeyman? Petanra, you are failing in your duty.
My lord...
I am ashamed that the envoy extraordinary of my friend King Apopi should have been treated so churlishly.
I am delighted that your recovery has been such a spectacular one, my Lord Pharaoh.
Recovery?
From your indisposition.
Petanra, is this one of your silly tricks?
Your rooms were searched.
And why should you have my rooms searched? I have been sitting quietly in Nefertari's aviary. Those new silver peacocks are quite beautiful, Nefertari. You must show them to Lord Honeyman.
I should be delighted.
My Lord Pharaoh, you look so well, so changed, so happy.
I am, Nefertari, I am. I have seen a ghost. A ghost of the future. Lord Honeyman, I shall look forward to hearing the many fond messages I shall no doubt receive from my friend King Apopi.
Many gifts, too, my Lord Pharaoh.
He is always so generous, so friendly. Petanra, we must really find something suitable to send the Hyksos king, and you shall deliver it personally.
May I remind you...
Come, Nefertari, my dear. We must leave our dear prince to explain this confusion to Lord Honeyman. And welcome to Thebes, my lord. Welcome, welcome.
Make way for Serpent, the most mighty Pharaoh of all Egypt.
Well, my dear prince?
Serpent has done this to make me look foolish.
He has succeeded.
Something's happened, something I do not yet understand.
What do you mean?
This new strength, this apparent happiness, the awakening of the old lion. But it is the last growl that lion will make.
It had better be, Petanra. King Apopi is becoming impatient. He would like to know why the Pharaoh is still alive.
I have to be careful. When he dies, it must look as if he'd been killed by his own people.
You can do that?
Oh, yes.
Then do it quickly. Senmut must die.
Antef? Antef, are you there? What's happened? Everything smashed and broken. There's someone behind that curtain. Antef. Antef. Dead. Murdered. Who's there? A trap. Who's there?
That was the third part of Shadow of the Pharaoh by Victor Pemberton and David Spenser. Production was by Graham Gould. 600 BC. After his strange meeting with Senmut, the pharaoh of all Egypt, and his trial in the Black Tomb of Osiris, Ahmose has returned to the house of Antef, the royal physician, in Thebes to find out more about his father. But the house has been ransacked and the physician himself murdered. Approaching footsteps warn Ahmose that he is not alone in the house. We present Shadow of the Pharaoh, Part 4, The Eye of the Sky God.
Hamabari. Why have you come here, Ahmose?
Antef's dead.
I know.
He's been murdered. Brutally murdered.
He was strangled.
Who's responsible? When I came into the house, Antef's body was hidden. Hidden behind that curtain there. How did you know he had been strangled?
How did you know, Hammerbarney?
When I first met you on the banks of the Nile, Amos, I warned you of the dangers that were threatening.
You did not warn me that you were one of them.
Thebes is a dangerous place. It's filled with shadows, intrigues, pitfalls. You should have looked more carefully, Amos, before walking straight into a trap. Come over here to the window.
Soldiers.
They have been waiting for you. The house is surrounded. Oh, yes, you have walked straight into the trap.
I did not kill Antef.
No? What were you searching for in his house? When a man as important as the Pharaoh's own physician is discovered strangled, a murderer has to be found. Even in Thebes, the law must appear to be observed. Those soldiers could have arrested you outside before you came in. Why do you think they stood by and allowed you to enter?
You prepared the trap, didn't you, Hammerbarney? And it was you who killed Antef.
He has conceded defeat. You see, Kem, wrestling is not only a sport, it has its serious side. It helps a man to defend himself. You haven't been paying attention.
Karu, I'm worried about Amos. You said he might be in danger. If Antef's house is surrounded by Peten Ra's soldiers, then I must go and help him.
And what do you think you're going to do against Peten Ra's soldiers? That's foolish talk, Kem, and foolish thinking.
I must try to help.
If you were to rush off now, by yourself, you might make the situation worse and place your friend's life in danger. Antef's house is being watched by one of my men. Believe me, as soon as action is possible, we shall be ready.
Oh, yes, Amos, Peten Ra pays me well, and I serve him well. I am his eyes and his ears, and when he becomes Pharaoh, he will make me Queen of Egypt. But we have no time to play games, Amos. If Peten Ra catches you, he will make quite sure you will never escape again. Next time, I may not be able to control the sacred vultures or row you across the Nile. We must get you away from here. Now I think I have an idea.
Yes?
You will have to die.
What?
You cannot escape from here alive, but you just may if you are dead. We are going to disguise you as a corpse.
How?
I know this house well. Come with me. There's another entrance which I used. That is why the soldiers did not see me. This is where Antef used to mix his medicines.
The smell.
Some of these jars contain strange ingredients. Now look between those shelves. A small door.
I never noticed it.
There.
A staircase.
It leads down to the embalming room, where there's a way out to the river. That is where the boats come to deliver or remove the dead.
I'm not going to be embalmed.
There's no time for argument.
I don't trust you, Hammerbarney. Why haven't the soldiers arrested me?
Once the bird is snared, a good hunter knows that hurry is not necessary. But there is just a chance the snare may not be as perfect as the hunter believes. The soldiers know you are here.
Why then do they wait outside?
They are waiting for the arrival of Peten Ra.
Peten Ra?
But he is occupied with the Hyksos envoy. No doubt at this very moment they are sharing some deep intrigue together. Come, Amos, follow me. Hurry, hurry.
Python, Seba. Such nobility. This Harneman is my favorite. Do you know it can strangle an elephant? Oh, the Nubians sometimes use them when they are hunting for ivory. This beauty can curl itself around the neck of a man and squeeze him to death in a matter of seconds.
I must admit I am unable to share your enthusiasm, my Lord Petanra. I collect monkeys myself. They are more companionable, more entertaining. And King Opopi collects wealth, people, territories.
His collection is renowned.
Oh, did I tell you that Opopi has already assembled some troops along the border? In readiness?
In readiness for what?
Senmot's death.
Ah.
It is long overdue.
I told you I have to be careful. Did you bring what I asked for?
Has our great king ever denied you anything?
Where is it?
Don't be so impatient, my lord. In my room. Quite safe.
Does it work?
Naturally, I had not tried it myself, but our herbalists assure me that they have carried out experiments on 22 Egyptian slaves. Only 7 died.
7?
But the rest have lived, even recovered. I am told all this is sufficient proof of the drug's effectiveness.
It induces a state of trance?
Yes, and their behavior was fairly natural, if a trifle subdued. They ate, drank, slept, woke without being unduly noticeable. A conversation, however, is a problem, if that can be kept to a minimum.
The victims did what they were told.
With the utmost obedience.
And said everything they were told to say.
To the exact phrase.
Then Opopi will not need to send his soldiers to my help. Nor will he have to wait very long. I may have my own reason for urgency. Do you see this amulet?
Oh, rather beautiful.
The eye of the sky god.
Where did you get it?
It was a gift from the court physician. As a precaution against snakes.
Embalming is a difficult process. Only physicians and priests know the secrets. The flesh has to be purified and preserved with many spices and minerals. Yes, I'll need these. Those alabaster jars are where they put all the parts of the body that rot easily.
I don't trust you, Hamabari, and I don't want to be embalmed. How shall I breathe?
Oh, you'll breathe. I'll leave enough space under the bandages. Just enough.
First, tell me what you were doing here.
I was looking for an amulet. Your amulet. Does that answer your question?
My amulet? No.
When I arrived here, Antef was already dead. Poor man. He was the Pharaoh's friend. He was also mine.
Well, why were you looking for my amulet?
To prevent it falling into the wrong hands. But I was too late. It has gone.
I cannot leave this house without the amulet.
Unless you hurry up and lie down, we may not leave here at all. Bandaging must look real, and it takes a long time to complete. Lie down on this slab.
But is there no other way?
No.
Hamabari, what are you doing?
Asking the gods to forgive this sacrilege. Embalming is a sacred rite and should not be mocked. Lie perfectly still. Amos, we shall prepare you for your burial.
The signal. Now we'll know Kem.
Karu! Karu!
Well, what's happening at Antef's house? Is it still surrounded?
Yes, but Antef is dead.
Dead? How did that happen?
It was Petan Ra. I saw the whole thing. Petan Ra had a snake in a cage. As he talked, he released it. The snake wrapped itself round Antef's neck. It was horrible. Petan Ra just stood there and watched the old man choke. There was nothing I could do.
No. And what happened then?
Petan Ra rode back to the palace, leaving his soldiers still surrounding the house.
Many soldiers?
Enough to make it difficult.
And the boy?
Arrived a little later and went straight in.
Carlo, what are we going to do?
Harness the donkeys to the carts. Kim, you'd better come with me.
Right.
We can only take a few men or we'll arouse suspicion. 4 men in each cart and cover them with bundles of reeds. Quickly! We must get down there before Petan Ra returns from the palace.
Why are you so sad, Nefertari? Is it the music?
No. Why do you look so happy? That isn't the music either.
I am happy.
My lord, you said something. Something strange that I could not understand.
I am an old man. Old men are permitted to say strange things. But what did I say?
You said you had seen a ghost. The ghost of the future.
Ah, yes.
What did you mean?
How beautiful you are, my little Nefertari. I'm always happy when you and I are alone together. And what did I mean? These have been dark years for us, my child. For you, for me, for Egypt. It seemed as if all the gods had turned their backs on us, that Egypt would never be forgiven, would be punished forever. But I have seen something that is very like hope, Nefertari. And hope in an old man is a rare thing, but I have seen it.
I still do not understand you.
You will, my little gazelle. You will.
Oh, why are you so good to me, my Lord Pharaoh?
Because you are pretty, because I like you, because you comfort me, and because I love you as if you were my own child.
You love me, in spite of my father's crime.
And what crime did your father commit?
He betrayed you.
Oh, is that what you've been thinking all these years? Oh, my poor little child. Why did you never ask me before?
I was ashamed. And I was frightened of hearing the truth.
The truth, Nefertari, is never frightening. Never. There's only what we imagine to be true or false that causes us pain. Your father was as royal as I am. We grew up together. He was like a younger brother. Whatever I did, he tried to do, and whatever he did well, I envied and tried to copy. I could never have wished for a more loyal friend.
Why, then, is he called a traitor?
He is never called traitor in my presence. I should not permit it. Do you trust me, Nefertari? Do you think I would ever lie to you?
Well, of course not, great Pharaoh.
There are certain things it is dangerous to talk about, even here alone. One day I shall tell you everything. But I promise you, my dear girl, that when your father left the Theban court, he did so with my knowledge, my consent and my gratitude. What he did for me. And Nefertari, he has never ceased to be the loyal friend he always was.
Yes, I know it's uncomfortable, but it really needs at least 2 people to carry a corpse. Now lie there while I open the door onto the river. And don't wriggle, or you'll break the bandages. That's it. Now I shall cover myself in thick mourning cloth. I cannot risk being recognized. Quiet. Not even the noblest of corpses are in the habit of talking. One more effort, and it's done. This may be uncomfortable, but somehow I have to get you into the boat.
But why in carts, Carlo? Why donkeys? They're so slow. We'll never get there in time, never.
If a group of men were to come galloping into Thebes riding wild Arabian stallions, don't you think Petan Ra's soldiers might become a little suspicious? No, Kem. Outlaws cannot afford to be ostentatious. These bundles of reeds were a good idea. Looks as if we've come to trade with the basket weavers, don't you think so? You can't see the men hidden beneath them. Move there! Move!
Yes, you. Bring your boat over here.
Quiet now, Amos. It's one of the guards. I am taking my dead son for burial, sir.
Row over here. At once.
Do you threaten a poor old woman with your arrows? It's sacrilege to interrupt a mother's mourning.
There'll be worse sacrilege unless you do as I tell you.
All right. We have to go over, Amos. Not a movement now. Coming, sir, coming.
What were you doing in Antef's house?
Antef?
The physician. Don't deny it. I saw you row away from there. Let's have a closer look at your son.
Do not dare to touch him. The body has been purified. You will bring down the curse of Anubis on you and 50 generations of your family.
It moved. The corpse moved.
Anubis heard my curse.
I don't know what you're trying to do. But that corpse is as alive as you or I. Undo the bandages.
Nonsense. You must have been mistaken.
You heard, undo the bandages. What the...
Carts coming straight towards us. Look, there, look. There now. A dagger in your back. I warned you not to commit sacrilege.
Up a body!
Karu! How did you...
Is that struggling corpse the boy by any chance?
Yes.
Kim, help the men get your friend into the other cart. Quickly, quickly.
Soldiers, Karu.
We'll have to drive straight through them and pray that the donkeys don't decide to be obstinate. Throw the reeds in the soldiers' faces. Drive straight at them. Create confusion. Throw the reeds!
Prince Petenra, to see the Pharaoh of all Egypt.
The Pharaoh is waiting.
You sent for me?
Yes, Petenra, I did. I hope you will forgive the audacity.
Well?
Please sit down. I realize that for some time now, I have shut myself away from court life. I intend to alter that state of affairs. From now on, I would appreciate it if you would remove your guards from my doors and allow me the freedom to move about my own palace.
Those guards are there for your safety.
Petenra, I may no longer be a young man, but if you think I have grown foolish, you misjudge me. I am still the Pharaoh of Egypt. You have behaved like a tyrant. I have slept for a long time, and in that sleep I have betrayed Egypt by not fighting, by allowing myself to be shut away in my rooms like a prisoner. But the future has shaken me awake, Petenra.
And what have you to do with the future? You belong to the past, and much. The old nobility, the old idealism, that has all perished, gone. The future belongs to me.
And to your bullies? No.
Yes.
In a few days, Thebes is holding the annual crocodile festival in honor of the crocodile god Sobek. I intend to take my rightful place as the head of my country. The spectacle will be one of the most magnificent Thebes has ever seen. After the feeding of the sacred crocodiles, I shall speak to my people. I shall tell them that you are no longer heir to the throne.
Sobek, the crocodile, is friendly to the god Seth.
What does that mean?
Antef is dead. Poor man, brutally murdered.
I do not believe you.
No, it's true. You see, my lord Pharaoh, these are dangerous times. There are many traitors in Thebes. We must protect you from them.
I want you to know, Petenra, that my death will make no difference to the future. Many pharaohs have been killed before, and many more will be killed before Egypt's history comes to an end. But the pharaoh casts a long shadow, Petenra. He is the representative of the gods, and the gods cannot die. Kill me, and you will still not kill the Pharaoh. You are standing in the Pharaoh's shadow, Petanra. The Pharaoh casts his shadow beyond life, beyond death, beyond time. You can never escape it, Petanra. Beware the shadow of the Pharaoh.
Why a feast, Ken? Why tonight? What have we got to celebrate?
Your escape. But you're alive.
Why should Cairo celebrate that? Well, that isn't the reason.
Amos, why are you so sad?
I'm sad for Antef's death. I'm sad because I may never know now who my father was. Who I am. I'm sad because I've lost the amulet. I promised old Batu that I would keep it, always. In everything I've failed, Ken.
How can you say that?
Has Hamabari gone?
She had to get back to the palace.
It was my fault that her plan went wrong. But a fly crawled into the bandages and up my nose.
What?
I tried not to move, but it was buzzing and tickling.
Glad to see that you've recovered from your death, Amos.
Thank you for coming to our rescue, Caro.
It was exciting.
We were lucky that time. And tonight, we celebrate.
But isn't it dangerous? There may be spies.
Tonight, we are protected. Not only by the Egyptian people, but by Egypt itself. Look at the desert, Amos. Look at that dark red sky. An Egyptian sky. Look at the Theban hills, like sphinxes on guard. And look down there at the stillness of the Nile that says, I am Egypt. Let no enemy intrude. No, Amos. Tonight, there are no spies. There is no danger. Only Egypt.
Do you trust him, Ken?
Oh, yes. And you?
Caro, Hamabari, Antef. The Pharaoh himself. Who does one trust? Who can one trust? Who has the amulet? Who am I?
Well, Hamabari?
It is a beautiful amulet.
What does it mean?
An amulet is for protection.
And for identity.
The eye of the sky god.
And what does it see?
There is a small cartouche. The name, so small that the unpracticed eye could never notice it. And above it, the emblem of Ra, the sun.
Yes, I have added that to my own name, Ra, the sun.
And Amun.
Amun, Ra.
The god of Thebes, the god of war. He has woken again.
Who does it belong to, Hamabari? Who does it belong to?
This, Amos, is the deepest cave of all. Many of my own men do not know of its existence.
It's full of bones and skulls.
This is where the ancient Thebans buried their princes. Place the lamps on that ledge and help me move this rock.
What?
It's easier to move than it looks.
There.
Ken.
The greatest treasure in the whole of Egypt.
It's solid gold.
The golden statue of Amun-Ra. Look at the face. The face of a young man. The face of a warrior. The face of the great pharaohs. It was that golden face that made the Syrians flee, the Nubians grovel, the Libyans beg for peace. Do you see the golden cloak and the golden crown? That is the sun crown of the pharaohs.
But what is it doing here? Hidden in a dark cave?
When the Hyksos invaded Egypt, the statue and the true crown of Egypt were hidden here. But now, Amun-Ra is awake. Let Egypt's enemies begin to tremble. But come closer. Hold up the lamps and see what the god is wearing round his neck. Do you see it, Amos? Do you know what it is?
My amulet. Ken, it's my amulet. The eye of the sky god.
Yes. Caro. Karu, Antef is dead. He was murdered. I gave him my amulet.
Yes.
Then why is it hanging round the neck of this god?
That was the fourth part of Shadow of the Pharaoh by Victor Pemberton and David Spenser. Production was by Graham Gould. 16th dynasty in the year 1600 BC. Ahmose has been rescued by Karu the tomb robber. At Karu's camp, a feast has been planned. But before it begins, Karu takes Ahmose and Kem to one of the caves, where he reveals the golden statue of Amun-Ra, the god of Thebes. Around the neck of the god hangs Ahmose's own amulet, the Eye of the Sky God. We present Shadow of the Pharaoh, Episode 5, Into Battle.
Karu, how did my amulet get there? Did you kill Antef?
Ahmose, look, we're trapped.
Karu, why are all these men here? Are we your prisoners?
Ahmose, do you acknowledge this amulet as your own?
Yes, of course I do.
Amun-Ra has waited for the future to awake. Now the future is here. Stand, Ahmose, and look into the face of the god. You are his reflection.
I don't...
Kneel, Kem.
But why?
Kneel.
Why are you all kneeling? Karu? Kem? I don't understand.
We are kneeling to the future Pharaoh.
Future Pharaoh?
Yes, Ahmose. You are the true son of Queen Saphora. Your father is Senmut, our Pharaoh. Long live Ahmose, the true heir to the throne.
Long live Ahmose, the future Pharaoh!
I knew it! So he exists.
Yes.
There is no mistaking about it. The amulet is real.
It is real, Petan-Ra.
So, my dear stepfather, the Pharaoh, thinks he is now a strong lion again. At the festival of the crocodiles, he intends to inform the Egyptian people that I am not his son and heir.
Queen Saphora had a son, and he will be the chosen one to remake Egypt with his hands and drive the Hyksos from Egyptian lands.
We suspected, of course, that a son had been born, but how was the child ever taken out of the palace?
There were many people still loyal to Queen Saphora.
There still are.
Oh, yes.
It is better that our distinguished guest does not know about this.
Lord Honeyman, why should he? What do you intend to do?
Oh, I know what I must do. At the crocodile festival, the Pharaoh will die. As for the owner of this trinket, I believe I know how I shall catch him. We need bait to tempt the bird. And I think, Hamabari, I know precisely what that bait will be.
But, Karu, I don't understand.
You will, Ahmose.
How can I be who you say I am? How do you know? What proof do you have?
More than you think.
I was so certain that amulet round the god's neck was mine.
There were two identical amulets. One worn by the god, the other by the god's representative on earth, the Pharaoh. You've been known to many of us for a long time. Batu was a scribe at your father's court.
But he never told me.
Now, the dangers were great, and they are greater now, Ahmose. Petan-Ra knows for certain that you exist. There will not be a corner of Egypt where you can be truly safe. That is why we didn't wish you to know your true identity.
Why, my father never told me.
In the black tomb of Osiris?
How did you know?
Before a pharaoh is crowned, he has to endure the secret ceremony of meeting the gods of the underworld. He has to die, so that he is reborn like Ra, the sun. The Pharaoh of Egypt must learn never to fear death. Your father learnt that, and his father before him. It was also necessary that you were officially recognized. The Pharaoh and the priests of Osiris were convinced.
Karu, you're a tomb robber. A brave one. But you're a declared outlaw in Egypt. How is it that you know so much about my father, and the Black Tomb, and Batu, and about me?
All my men are dedicated to the service of Amun-Ra. They are here for one purpose only, to clear Egypt of the Hyksos locusts. We are servants of the true Egyptian crown. But come, my royal prince, let us eat, drink, laugh, and dance, and celebrate the future.
You are not attending the feast tonight, Hamabari?
The life of a priestess is not all food, wine, and pleasure, Lord Honeyman. I have my duties. But you wish to see me?
I wondered if you had any news for me. King Apopi likes to have value for the money he gives to people.
Ah. Then please tell King Apopi from me that Petan Ra plans to betray him.
How?
After he has killed Senmut and seized the throne of Thebes, he intends to break with the northern kingdom.
How ambitious of him.
He is ambitious. Before Apopi can recover from such a wounding betrayal, he plans to march into Avaris, overthrow your Hyksos king, and place all Egypt under his sole power.
And with what does he intend to defeat Apopi's army? Or does he plan to march into Avaris all by himself?
Once he is married to Nefertari, in her name he hopes to create a powerful army of patriotic Egyptians. And there are such people.
You should have killed her a long time ago, as Apopi wished.
It is not always possible to do everything Apopi asks me to do.
Apopi pays well.
But I have to be certain he will win.
Oh, he will. Secretly. Unknown to Petan Ra, there are Hyksos troops within striking distance of Thebes. As soon as Senmut is dead, before Petan Ra can do anything, Thebes will be controlled by our army. Simple, my dear Hamabari.
They need to be very close to Thebes indeed.
Oh, they are. They are. The bodies of your Egyptian girls are made for dancing. Our Hyksos women are too coarse, too thick-set. Apopi always insists on Egyptian girls to dance at his banquets, but I notice, with some envy, the best of them are down here in Thebes.
We must send some to the mighty king of Avaris.
You have been too generous already.
Give Lord Honeyman a bowl to wash his fingers.
More wine for Lord Honeyman.
You are very quiet, my Lord Pharaoh. Oh, is it that you have attention only for the dancing girls?
You are staying for our festival of crocodiles?
Oh, you Egyptians, always having festivals.
I propose to make a speech to my people that may be of interest to you.
My Lord Pharaoh, have I shown you this new treasure of mine? An amulet, the eye of the sky god.
My Lord Pharaoh.
Are you ill, my lord?
What is it, my Lord Pharaoh? Do you recognize this piece of gold? A trinket taken from a murderer?
Forgive me.
Escort him to his room. The Pharaoh is ill.
My Lord Pharaoh.
Nefertari.
I have brought you some crushed limes. The juice will cool you. It is a hot night and the food may have been too rich.
Nefertari, we may not have much time.
What do you mean?
I want you to find Karu, the tomb robber.
Karu? Well, no one can find him.
The old burial caves in the Theban hills. Tell him my son is in great danger.
Your son?
Nefertari, why has it become so cold? A desert wind.
Oh, you may have a fever. Drink, dear Lord.
My mind, my thoughts, I feel as if I'm floating in water. Deep water. Nefertari, what was I saying?
Your son. But I did not know.
Yes. The amulet Petandra showed me. It belongs to my son, the rightful heir. I'm afraid for the boy. Tell Karu. Tell her. Nefertari!
What is it, dearest Lord? I am here.
Legs. Can't move. Legs. Cold.
I'll call for help.
No. Listen. Something in the limes.
No.
Karu. Tell. Quick.
My lord. Don't you recognize me, my lord?
Leave us, Nefertari. Leave us.
The Pharaoh is ill.
I can see that he is ill. Go to your room. We don't want the whole palace to know that you've poisoned the Pharaoh.
I poisoned?
Go to your room at once.
Oh.
Well, my Lord Senwood, how is the Lion of Thieves? Not so strong now, I see. But you can hear me, Senwood, can't you? Did you really think you could cheat the gods, Seth? Senwood, listen now only to me. Seth is all-powerful. You will lead the great festival of the crocodiles as you planned. After I have spoken, then you will speak. Follow only my words, Senwood. Do you understand?
I understand.
People of Egypt.
People of Egypt.
I, Senwood.
I, Senwood.
Am a traitor.
Am a traitor.
It has been confirmed. The Hyksos army lies near Dendera on the desert side where the Nile curves.
Is it a large army?
300 to 400 men. They're obviously expecting Thebes to be an easy victim.
Can we fight them?
We've only about 100 men. That's 3 or 4 to 1. We have very few weapons. They have 50 chariots.
Chariots?
Our men could be scattered by 10 chariots. They have 50.
Draw a map in the sand. A map of Dendera.
Well, the Nile curves here. There is Dendera. Beyond, the Arabian desert. We would have to attack from here.
No, they'd see us coming. If only we could destroy their chariots first.
If only we could fly like eagles. No, it's too much of a risk.
Wait! Karu, where the Nile curves, does it flood at flood time?
Mm-hmm. Dendera has high floods because of the curve. That's why the lands there are so rich.
That means there must be marshland.
Oh, yes.
Treacherous marshland.
Oh, stop pacing up and down like an excited leopard, Amos, and tell me what you're thinking.
It could work. Look at the map, Karu. There's another way of approaching, from the river.
Cross the river?
Why not? You've done it before, when you rescued our friends.
And then?
Force them to charge.
And how do you suggest we do that?
When Kem and I used to go hunting in heavy marshland, we always took with us planks of wood. On those we could stand without sinking. If the Hyksos could see us standing above the reeds, they'll think the ground is safe. Mm-hmm. Their chariots will thunder towards us and straight into the swamps.
It might just work.
Yes.
A warning.
Karu! Karu!
What is it?
A young man leading a lame horse, obviously lost.
Did he see you?
No, he's only just turned up from the valley.
Come, Amos. We don't encourage the curious in this place. He may be just a harmless passerby, but we can't afford to take risks. Give me my sword. Now, quietly, come with me. We'll go down behind the rocks.
The horse is lame, all right.
The young man looks as if he's landed in the mud at some time.
He's looking round him.
Who wants Advance, Carew! We're Hyksos guards, looking for that infamous tomb robber, and we arrest you in the name of Petan Ra.
No!
Stop him.
Wait!
Let me go! Let me go!
No need to... Ow! Fight!
Hyksos, pig!
It's all right. We're not... My lady.
Amos, it's you.
Carew, it's the Lady Nefertari. Carew? Strange. He's disappeared.
The moment he heard my name, yes.
Why?
Because of my father. He distrusts me. But I must see him, Amos. I must. I've been sent by the Pharaoh.
Then follow me.
No, Amos. It's impossible.
But, Carew, we can't just send her away. She's risked great danger. She can't go back to the palace.
She should never have come. She'd have been followed.
No, that's why she dressed as a beggar boy.
Beggars don't ride ponies, even lame ones.
Why don't you trust her? Because of her father.
Is that what she said?
Yes. You've got to speak to her.
No. Let her come in. Let her tell you everything. I shall be listening. I do not wish to see her.
Ken?
Yes?
Please ask the Lady Nefertari if she'll come in.
Of course. My lady.
He still refuses to see me?
Would you tell me your message? I will tell Carew.
Very well. The Pharaoh has been poisoned.
What?
Not deadly. That would have looked like murder.
What then?
A Hyksos mixture brought from Osiris. And I gave the Pharaoh the poisoned drink. Do you think I poisoned him? You may think what you like. I did not know there was anything in the drink.
Why should I think otherwise?
The mixture has put the Pharaoh in a kind of trance. He will now obey everything Petan Ra tells him. At the Festival of Crocodiles, Senmut will tell his people that he has betrayed Egypt, that he conspired with the Hyksos king of Osiris, that he wished to stop Petan Ra becoming Pharaoh, as the loyal Petan Ra wished to free the Egyptian people from a pope's yoke. As he reaches the end of the speech, he will be assassinated, a Syrian marksman. It will look as if Senmut was killed by one of his own people, in anger at his betrayal.
How do you know all this?
I was with the Pharaoh. Petan Ra ordered me to leave, but I hid and listened. I do not know if my father was a traitor or not, but I love the Pharaoh. I'd give my life for him, willingly, if I could save him.
Nefertari, you saved my life once. Mine and Ken's. And one day I hope to repay you. But I can tell you this. If your father is like you, he could never have betrayed the Pharaoh.
Thank you, Amos. I shall wait outside.
Has she gone?
Carew, you should have spoken with her.
You think what she said was true?
Why should she lie about such things? Why should she risk her own life looking for you, alone?
I see you admire her. Well, she can wait here until we return. Then we'll decide what is best for her safety.
And my father, the Pharaoh?
First, we have a battle to fight, and then we'll save the Pharaoh.
That's Dendera ahead. You can see the silhouette of the great temple. Now, the Hyksos camp should be to the right somewhere.
Nothing. Only desert.
Perhaps they've moved on.
No, there's often a haze over the desert at night. We shall see them as we get closer.
Could the information have been wrong?
Never. Came from Hamabari.
Why have you brought so many bundles of dried reeds, Carew? Are we going to throw them at the enemy again?
If our Moses plan works and the Hyksos chariots plunge into the marshlands, we have to make certain they cannot get out again.
With dried reeds?
With dried reeds on fire. Look, over there to the right. You can see them now.
Yes. Looks a bigger army than I expected.
And the enemy always does until the fight begins, and then they shrink considerably. You nervous?
Yes.
Very.
Every true soldier's afraid these moments before a battle.
You, Carlo?
Oh, yes. Until the fighting begins.
Gentlemen. Our task here is going to be an exceptionally easy one. I have just received a message from our envoy in Thebes, Lord Honeyman. Tomorrow the Thebans are indulging in some festivity or other, apparently to do with crocodiles. While this is at its height, we are to enter Thebes as noiselessly as possible by the north gate, which Honeyman has arranged to be conveniently left open for us. We proceed directly to the palace, disarm the guards, and when Peten Ra returns in triumph, we place him straight under arrest. Afterward... What in Set's name is that?
Captain, we're being attacked! From the river, sir! From the river!
Let's go and see.
Over there, sir. Where the reeds are.
How many?
Impossible to tell, sir.
Order the chariots to form up and charge.
But, sir, with respect, sir, if those are reeds, the ground will probably be wet.
I have been an officer for some time, and I have yet to learn lessons from any of my men. Look at this ground, idiot.
Yes, sir.
Dry sand. Look over there. They're standing above the reeds. That means it must be dry there, too. Order the charge immediately and send in the soldiers to follow.
Are they going to charge?
It's difficult to say. When I give the order, set fire to those bundles of reeds. They've been soaked in oil. The moment the chariots pass over them, they'll be cut off by a wall of fire. There'll be no turning back. Now, men, when they begin their charge, we rush out of the reeds and force them to pursue us. We then run back into the reeds as if we were scattering. Is that understood?
Yes, yes.
Good. And remember, keep to the planks of wood.
Carlo, I think they are going to charge.
Yes, here they come. Idiots! They're actually going to charge straight into our ambush. They're passing the dried reeds. Now, fire the reeds! Fire the reeds! Oh, Moses, worked! It worked!
They can't turn back. They're floundering into the swamp, straight into the Nile.
Now we shall fight with our hands.
Good, I'm ready.
No, not you, Amos.
Carlo,
That's an order. Kim, you and Amos ride back to the camp. Wait for me there. No arguments. The risk's too great. The battle isn't won yet. Take the horses and don't leave the camp whatever happens. Do you understand? Those are orders.
But Carlo,
Even a Pharaoh Amos must learn to obey orders before he can give them.
Yes, Carlo.
And be careful. Death to the Hyksos! In the name of Amun-Ra! Amun-Ra!
Don't let's feel sorry for ourselves. It worked, Amos. Your plan worked.
Well, I wanted to see it through to the end. The actual fight.
No. Kara was right. Your life is important to Egypt. There are the caves.
Come on. I want to see Nefertari's face when we tell her.
That's strange. Did you hear the signal?
No.
Nor me.
It's very quiet.
I don't see any of our guards.
Can anything have happened?
I don't know. But I'm going to find out.
I'm coming with you.
No, Kem. If there has been any trouble, you must ride immediately to warn Cairo. This may be some sort of trap for him.
I don't like this silence, Amos. I think we should both ride back to Cairo.
Something may have happened to Nefertari. Listen.
What is it?
I thought I heard something. Sounded like a dog whimpering. I'm going nearer the cave. You be ready to ride. If anything's wrong, Cairo must know.
What about you? Nothing must happen to you.
Nothing's going to happen to me. Did you hear that?
What is it?
Wait here. I'm going into the cave to find out.
No good, Amos. You're completely surrounded.
We'll see.
I'm coming, Amos!
No, Kem! No! Do what I said! Quickly! I'll try to hold them off!
Drag him from his horse. Drag him down.
Amos!
Tie him to my chariot. And thank you, my dear Nefertari, for catching us this prize. Take them both back to the palace. This, Armos, is the tomb of your mother, Queen Sethora. It is right that you should share her eternal sleep. You and Nefertari here. She could have shared Egypt with me, ruled an empire. But it seems she prefers death. And it will not be a pleasant one, I assure you. When the torches flicker out, and you are left here in the dark, fighting for every breath, your frightened souls will beat their wings against the stone walls of the tomb. But you will not be heard. Here is your amulet. Arrows, you are the legend that has always haunted me. Now there is nothing more to fear. By sunset tomorrow, I, Hetenra, will be the Pharaoh of all Egypt. Seal the tomb!
That was the fifth part of Shadow of the Pharaoh by Victor Pemberton and David Spenser. Production was by Graham Gould. And so we come to the end of our serial Shadow of the Pharaoh by Victor Pemberton and David Spenser, with Sean Barrett as Amos, David Valler as Kem, John Bentley as Peten-Ra, Sheila Grant as Nefertari, Betty Bascom as Hamabari, Rolf Lefevre as Senmut, and Louis Stringer as Honimon, with Fraser Carr and Catherine Parr. Production was by Graham Gould.